Hi folks, in this video we're going to be cleaning the map sensor on this 1.9 CDTI 150 brake horsepower version Vauxhall Signum. It's probably the same as the Vectra as well, and probably a few others. See you in a minute. Right, well, this has been playing up a little bit. It's been running a bit rough. I've taken the EGR valve off and give that a proper clean. You can see how to do that in the link up there if you click on the link in there. But I'll also leave a link to the cleaning of the EGR valve in the description below the video as well. Now, as I said, this is the 150 brake horsepower version, the 16 valve. And what we need to do first of all is to remove this top cover, because the map sensor lives on the inlet manifold at the back of the engine, just behind the EGR valve. Let's take a look at that. Right, so this is the plastic engine cover. All you need to do, there's no fixings that you need to pull out. You just give it a tug in the corners, and it's on 4 rubber bungs, 2 at the front and 2 at the back, as you can probably see there. They may pop out, as you can see, these ones have all popped out. All you need to do is just to remove them when you put this back on, off of the little ball sockets, and just slide them back in, and you'll find putting this on is a lot easier doing it that way. So that's what you need to do there. But there we go, I've put them all back in there now. As you can see, your engine may not have this on, but if it's on, that's how you take it off, and that's the easiest way to put it back on. Also, to denote which engine you've got, if you've got the 150 brake horsepower version as I have now, you'll find the oil filler on the right hand side. If you've got the 120 brake horsepower version of this engine, the oil filler will be there on the left hand side. The sensor still lives in the same place, which is down here, but it's slightly obscured on the 8 valve version, slightly behind the EGR valve. So all I need to do here, if I show you, this one, as I say, is a lot easier to get to. This is the EGR valve, which we took off in the last video, and we've given that a proper clean, as you know. And on the 150 brake horsepower version, this is our map sensor there. This is the cable connecting it. All you do, you pull that little yellow tab up and then you take the electrical connector on. This one's held on by a Torx bolt there. And as you can probably see, it's a little bit obscured. You can't actually get a spanner in there. This shouldn't be that tight. You can probably leave that out of the way and get a socket in there. So we're going to do that now and undo this bolt so that we can actually withdraw this map sensor. Right, well, I'm lucky enough to be able to just lever that pipe back a little bit and get a Torx T30 bit in there, and hopefully just be able to crack that. So, as I say, if you've got the 8 valve engine, apparently it's harder because you've got to slacken off the EGR valve to actually undo this bolt. It's a bit nearer there, you see, it's just behind there, but as you can see, they're never too tight anyway, so you should be okay there. So I'm just undoing this bolt now. Right, that's the bolt there. I'm just going to wiggle the map sensor out now, and there we go. And our one's pretty dirty. I've seen it a lot worse, but I'm just going to remove that electrical connector now. So once you've pulled that yellow clip back on there, as you can see, just push that little black thing down, then you should be able to pull it off like that. And as you can probably see there, it's a bit dirty, but I've seen it a lot worse. So I'm going to give this a clean up now, just by soaking it in some paraffin or some old white spirit or petrol or something like that, and then we'll come back and actually refit this. Okay, so I've just got a little bowl out here, and all I'm going to do is to put some white spirit in it. There we go. Don't have to go too mad. And I've got the sensor here, and all I'm basically going to do is just to soak it in there first of all. And you can probably see it starting to come away already. So I'm going to leave that soaking for a little bit. If you've got a little brush, all well and good. You could use a little toothbrush, I suppose, to do this. I've got this little nylon brush here. And be careful, because there is a little thin wire in there, so just give it a brush out. Be very careful, as I say, so let it soak and let the spirit do the work. Right, okay, so I've done that now, and I've got some tissue here. So I'm pretty lucky, I've got an airline connected, so I'm just going to gently blow this out as well. There you go, and you probably can't see that now, but that is spotlessly clean. and I can happily put that back on knowing that the little sensor cable inside is not being impeded by any wax, by any grease or oil. So I'm going to go and fit this back now. Right, okay, so we're back in the room. There is a rubber seal around there. Just make sure that rubber seal is in pretty good condition before you reinstall this. So I'm just going to wiggle it back into the hole. Get my bolt. Again, this was a Torx T30 in my one. Install that bolt. Okay, you might have to leave that pipe back, that inlet pipe there, so you ain't got to over tighten this. Like that. Pop the connector back in, push the little yellow thing down, and that's it. The job is actually done. Get your engine cover back on. Again, make sure you have put them back on there rather than leaving them on there. You find it so much easier to put back on. And that just sort of finds its own way, and push, push, and there you go, it's back on. And that's as simple as it is to check the map valve and clean it on a 1.9 CDTI diesel engine on these Vauxhalls. This is a Signum, by the way, and this is the 150 brake horsepower version. Thanks very much. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Do check out my other Signum videos, one where I check and clean the EGR valve, and there's also some other Signum videos in my playlist as well. Thanks very much. See you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.